When I was 15 years old, my grandmother told me that I stood just like my grandfather. He died when I was 3, so I had no memory of him. Many years later, when there was no one left to tell me about him, I started to look for him through letters and genealogy research. I wanted to know more about this man, the one they called TD, who immigrated to the United States. As I developed relationships by mail with distant cousins, I found out that he had remained close to his family, visiting often and bringing them clocks as souvenirs from his factory in Massachusetts. I built the family tree and then went to Norway, taking along my granddaughter. The arrival was emotional and the country was breathtaking. The town he had left was amazingly similar to the town he had settled in. We found a family, held a reunion, and there was someone from each of his brothers' families. The moment arrived as I climbed down the old wooden staircase to the cellar of his childhood home. The tour guide pointed to the mysterious tunnel under the house, which travels under the majestic Logan River, separating Kungsberg's east and west sides. This secret passageway was where the manager of the silver mines traveled to pay the miners their salaries in the 1600s. Looking around, I felt my grandfather and his brothers must have loved playing down here when they were boys. His childhood home was over 400 years old and contained original wallpaper, doorways, hardware, mantels, and flooring. As we each moved through this building, we saw our grandfathers in all the details. When my great-grandfather died in 1903, the family was bankrupt, and this seemed to be the reason my grandfather may have left. Life was tough at this time, and jobs were scarce. I now had a sense of who he was, what made him, and how he found the courage to begin a new life far, far away from here. He was adventurous, this son, brother, husband, father, grandfather, and clockmaker. I found him on that warm summer day as I stood with his family, my cousins, in that home he left a long time ago, but always carried with him in his heart.